Phoenix Audio, who are going to show us two new products at the show this year. The first of which is a new summing mixer. Robin.
Yep, this is Scion. So anyone that's familiar with Phoenix Audio for our company for a long time has kind of been aware of our Nicerizer summing mixers. And this is the latest version of the Nicerizer summing mixers called Scion. And the concept and the idea of the Nicerizers has always been to kind of offer that large format vintage console in a small rack mount size format. So the Scion is basically our newest one. So like the previous ones, it's a 16 channel box. You have 16 channels of Class A discrete analog circuitry with custom transformers. But the cool thing about this box is we decided to kind of go back to the drawing board a little bit and think about what do people want in 2024 from a summing mixer. And the big thing about a lot of mixing and mastering guys is these days is they're always constantly asked to go back and maybe do another mix slightly different. It has to be louder, it has to be more bass centric, it has to be more vocal centric, whatever. So the idea is on this you can actually do three completely different mixes of the thing. So it has basically three color circuits in there. So the first one is the color, which uses our custom transformers, and this is the most colored summing mixer we've ever made. So this is actually more color than the previous versions. We have a very clean output as well, which is a pure Class A output, which is going to be incredibly clean, incredibly transparent. And then the cool thing is here you have the ability to basically mix between the two. So it's almost like a wet and dry type situation where you could have it more colored or more clean or whatever. And the cool thing is this has 6 outputs, so you could actually record all those 3 simultaneously.
So you can take them all and then... Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. You have drive switches here, so this actually pushes, when you put the white switch in, that pushes it harder through the analog circuitry as well. So that's going to fatten it up, it's going to saturate it a lot more.
Yeah, and that's on a per channel basis.
Yes, you've got 16 of those, you've got step pots for panning, you've got attenuated recoils for super accuracy.
Amazing. It looks like a lovely bit of kit.
Yeah.
When's it going to be available to purchase?
This will be around about March, and it's going to be $26.99 in dollars, which is around £2,000.
Amazing.
Cool.
Okay, and the next thing we've got from Phoenix Audio is a new 500 series module in the form of the Ascent 500.
Cool. So this is our new 500 series mic pre. So like all other Phoenix Audio mic pre's, it has a transformerless input. And the reason we do that is it enables us to capture all of the frequencies. So we're not losing some of the high end or the low end. And then we have the custom Class A circuitry and the custom transformers in it, where that's where you can color and saturate it. So it means the mic pre is always a really good all round, so it can be fairly clean or pretty colored.
Yeah.
And what we tried to do on this one is, again, kind of think a little differently and think, what do people want from a mic pre? Mic pre's are typically used mostly for vocals, so think about what can we do to basically give vocalists something a lot more. So what we've done is we have variable high pass filter, which is cool for getting rid of unwanted rumble in the studio.
Yeah. You
can also use those to kind of shape sounds, and then we have a very simple vocal effect. And basically it's like an EQ, this guy here, and it's essentially you've got 16 dB of cut and boost on 3 high frequencies. So you have a 10K, you have a 15K, and you have our sheen. And the sheen is basically adds that kind of glimmer and air to vocals.
Yeah.
It's essentially 25K, but it just kind of gives you that space and that kind of airiness that people love on vocals. You have step pots throughout. You have 80 dB of gain, so it's always enough for ribbon mics. It's always enough for dynamic mics. The Shure SM7B works really, really well with these kind of things for podcaster guys or hip hop or that sort of thing. And the cool thing about all our 500 series is they actually run at 24 volts. They take the 16 volts from the actual power supply and has an internal power supply which steps things up and means they actually sound like the full version.
Sure. Amazing. Cool. When's this one going to be available?
That's probably also going to be maybe March or April. That's going to be $800, which is about £600, I think.
Perfect. Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks.